Okay, now the next religion that we're looking at in our religious studies lessons is Hinduism. And now Hinduism is quite a different religion to some of the other ones that we've been looking at. It is actually one of the, if not the oldest of the modern religions that still exist. Now it doesn't mean it's the oldest religion ever, because obviously there would have been religions from many thousands of years ago that have been lost over time. Lots of religions in the past didn't quite make it, they weren't popular enough, or perhaps they were part of countries or empires that died out, and so they didn't stay strong. But Hinduism has lasted for over 4,000 years, okay? So it's around, Judaism is around 4,000 years as well, but Hinduism a little bit older. It is different to a lot of the religions that we associate with in the fact that it does not have one god. It actually has many gods. So many different gods for many different reasons. Also, unlike Abrahamic religions, this is something that originates in the Indian subcontinent. So it comes from a very different part of the world. Now, let's look at some of the core parts. Now, it doesn't so much have a religious book, but it does have lots of religious scripts and manuscripts. These are made up of things like the Vedas, the Ramayana, the Puranas, and different scripts that hold hymns, poems, and different stories about different gods, and these are all put together and shared amongst people so that they understand the religion better. The religious building, and it's not a very good drawing, it looks a bit like a Christmas tree, what I've drawn, is known as the mandir, and it has a very tall, kind of like a spire as well, a little bit like a church. The architectural style is going to be very different to Islam and Christianity, who come from one part of the world. So it might look different with this sort of branching roof style that you might see around India, or actually this is a drawing of one that was in Bali, Indonesia. Hindus are spread out all across Southeast Asia. This is the religious symbol that we use to represent Hinduism. Mostly it's known as the Om, and Om is a sound that's made at the start and end of prayer in Hinduism, or at the start of meditation and after meditation. You might hear a lot of people when they meditate saying Om. Okay, it's that sound that focuses the mind, and it's really important in the Hindu religion. So, I've said there are many gods. Well, even though there are many gods, there is still one ultimate god, a god that is in and part of all things, known as Brahmin. Different spellings, different parts of the world, but Brahmin ultimately is the supreme, omnipotent, omniscient, so that means all-knowing, all-seeing God that is in everything. But below him there are many other gods. The three major gods below him are Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Brahma being the creator of the universe and earth and all things. Vishnu is the maintainer, so it keeps everything in order. And Shiva is the destroyer of the universes. Interesting idea. And under those three major gods, there are also many other gods, and I'm not going to go through them. Some that come to my mind are Agni, who is a god of fire. There is Lakshmi, who is the god of good fortune. Ganesh, Ganesh, very interesting one to have a look into. Ganesh is a god who actually has the head of an elephant. It's a very interesting story of where that came about and how that came to be, something that maybe you could research. So it is a very peaceful and loving religion, much like the other major religions of the world. Hinduism does not preach harm to others, so much so that many Hindus find themselves being vegetarian, so not eating meat. One of the most sacred animals in Hinduism is the cow, and the cow is revered as a sort of religious, important creature. Hindus very much believe in looking after the earth, because one of the big sort of differences with the Abrahamic religions and Hinduism is with Islam and Christianity and Judaism. They believe that you are born, and then if you do well, you might go to heaven, or if you do bad, you might go to hell. But in Hinduism, they believe in something known as reincarnation. So when you die, you come back again as something else. So any moment that anyone dies, something else is born somewhere else on the earth. And that's a very different kind of idea to Christianity, Islam and Judaism. So, we've got lots of main parts. Again, as always, I've probably missed out all sorts of key parts, but that is where you come in. I'd like to know a little bit more about Hinduism. So what I want again is a poster, Hinduism labeled nicely at the top. I want to know the temples that they go to, the religious scriptures that they read. I'd love to find out a little bit about Ganesh because it's a really interesting story. Actually, a lot of the stories in Hinduism are really great stories full of incredible beasts and creatures, so I'd love to find out all about that. The origins of Hinduism, where it comes from, get it all on that poster, get it emailed over to me, and any questions, of course, email me at y3@anglesey.bham.school.uk. Off you go!